What's that?
All gray.
It's very green.
Mm.
Oh. It's like a little world map that's like dropping it out of existence.
Oh yeah. Caught it. What do I do with it? Oh god. Oh god, no. What do I do?
Throw it
Does it
off
drop?
the table.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Why are pajama pants such hell wrappings?
Just hit delete if you catch it. Just delete it.
Bleep. It won't let me delete it.
We're not
Ah.
Oh. Here. Promote.
Yeah, there it goes. Whew.
crisis averted.
Yeah, when I try to make a new tile map to do the switching thing, it sometimes doesn't. And then I forget that it tries to drop it in like 400 times. It's a non-existent thing.
That's legit.
Yeah. I kind of want to uninstall tabletop and reinstall it, so that it works proper.
Might just be the workshop stuff. You could probably delete the workshop folder for this game and have it repopulate it.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Stream is back up. Yeah, I think everything's up. If Crow's still watching, she can tell me if she can hear everybody.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Well, I can hear everything.
Oh, that's good.
Still haven't put Type C on it though. Really holding out on it for some reason.
So, are we ready to leave the Baron's Palace then?
I am.
I
Look, I'm.
so. I'm still
Alright.
in shock a little bit here.
You probably
Well,
not
you
gonna
could always
notice,
take a sip of daddy juice.
Yeah, I sort of hand it over.
But
No,
before
no.
we all walk out, I'm gonna walk over to Aaron's body and like wrench the dagger out of his head, and then clean up the dagger and all the blood on the floor with prestidigitation, and offer it back to the Baron. I think this is yours.
Kiss
Over
ass.
the brown noser.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
He,
say,
I
meanwhile,
hope-
Ulfgar is stuffing Aaron into the haversack. No.
Oh, jeez.
Body bag.
Wait,
I won't.
I hope when you hand back the knife, you hold on to the blade and hand him the handle.
That was the plan.
Just stick it in his gut. There you go. That's yours.
No, hand it back to him. Yeah, first as is proper.
You mean that dexterity check that I naturally failed and stabbed the Baron?
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna take some blood from him for the crystal. You know, after we kill
The Baron?
I already
No.
did it up, Val. Alright?
Then I'm gonna drain more.
You're like, hey, sorry, can I have that back real quick? I need to make another incision.
Push on his
Undo.
forehead.
Control Z, come on.
Just roll him over so that the wound is pointed down.
That's good, pure blood. Come on now.
Pure blood, I mean...
It's good virgin blood.
Virgin blood.
Could we
Scott,
find an
what are
old
Disgusting.
gypsy woman that could curse his father?
After we kill the regent, that's good orphan blood for the crystal.
Wow. I don't think it counts if you do it in a past tense. Like, you can't take some and then just, be like, oh, I killed his dad. There you go. That's not.
Why not?
That's just not how it works.
It has to be orphan blood at the time of collection.
Well,
Yeah.
it's blood. I'm
I
taking
mean,
it.
That's true.
What if you collect it a second time after he's already been orphaned?
I don't.
So you kill him.
It wouldn't be
You dump
fresh
out
enough.
whole, and then kill his dad, and then come back and recollect it.
Just want to shove the crystal into the wound and see if it soaks up blood or something.
Jesus Christ.
Elfgar, is that bag at like body capacity or not?
Oh, like, do we have more room in it? Yeah,
Body capacity. What the fuck?
Could we shove Val's body in there?
The shit you people come up with. I just body capacity. Oh my god.
No.
What about daddy capacity?
Just curious.
I'd like to go shopping for a new haversack. I need to know the body capacity of it.
Good shopping for more bodies.
Like a
Good
tent, you know?
lord.
It's a 6-person tent. It's a 5-person bag.
Well,
This is wow.
ow. I'd like a.
That's karma. That's what that was.
I'm just gonna take some blood anyway. Who cares?
Okay. That's everyone frowns at you.
I'm
It's
about to
royal-ish
stop you,
blood.
and then I don't.
Oof.
Wolfgar
Wow.
just goes, and everyone thinks I'm dark.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Let good blood just go?
Yes.
Yes,
we-
like a normal person.
We could just smash the crystal, too. I mean,
Well, it doesn't need to be for the crystal. I could summon a demon with this.
That's not.
What?
Why do you guys keep this guy around?
Yeah. I'm wondering that too. The hell,
I'm just
Wolfgar?
saying I could.
don't look at me.
I would really prefer you not collect human blood for your strange demonic ceremonies.
But I already have human blood. This is different human blood.
I'm like, what?
Oh, you cut out, Ryan.
Yeah.
Back where I come from, we don't let any part go to waste.
Thank you. See?
That does not make it okay.
It's royal-ish blood. That has to count for something.
That's
You know,
not-
if your nephew gets hit by a chariot or something, most of that goes into the grave. But if you need a finger or two to barter with, well, you
Yeah.
just take it.
Gabriel's just leaving.
Pancho understands.
I'm leaving too. Leave these weird.
I'm pulling out a vial and pushing on his forehead.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gone.
It's a skull. What do you expect to happen? It's not going to collapse and splooge out blood.
What? No, I just expect some blood to come out of it. It's a stabbed skull.
But his heart's not beating.
I
So-
say, wait, here, son. You're new to this.
You're
here.
going to tip it over and shake his head like a ketchup bottle?
Yeah.
I
here,
sort of, I slant up his corpse so that the blood starts flowing down, and I point at one of the veins that's sort of bulging by his shins, and I say, "Go ahead, cut that."
Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Thanks.
I nod as I continue to hold it.
You could also just, suck on the head wound and spit the blood back into the vial. I mean...
That's barbaric.
Hey, that's a good idea. Actually, who do you think I am? A vampire? Come on.
You better not be.
Yeah, I'm not no vampire. Pancho would know.
Check his teeth, Pancho. Check
I'm-
his teeth.
Just shocked by everything that's happening.
What? I don't know why everybody has to make a big fuss about me just getting some blood. Let's move on.
Okay. Yep. Moving on.
Like, what time?
What was that noise?
Yeah, what was that noise?
What?
A very hot toddy.
Oh, okay.
What
Oh,
time
my.
of the day is it?
It's still like probably before midday.
Mm,
Excuse me.
Well, should we visit the like arena or something?
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Are you still in the room? With like the place?
I assume we left
No,
the palace.
Yeah, me and Gabriel walked out like before the others did.
Okay.
I apologized and was the last to leave. They're weird.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
Sam just sort of shakes his head like, what in the hell just happened?
I'm Mock. Who's going to the gallows now? Anyway,
Oh. Who we lose?
We lose someone. Ryan.
Yeah,
Ryan.
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 Uh-oh.
Aw, jeez.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. Dragon Bloom Screen of Death.
That's me.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. That's how she felt. Like,
We can't hear you, Ryan.
Unmute
Now
yourself,
you've muted
Ryan.
yourself.
Test.
There we go.
yeah, much better.
Nope. Now you muted yourself again.
I know.
Oh, okay. Carrying on. Yeah. You head to the Coliseum. You kind of know where it's at from the description that you had received previously.
Yeah.
What kind
Might
of
like to set off some steam myself, actually.
Well, cage fighting isn't really my thing, so I think I'm gonna go find an end to perform at.
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go find the nearest, I don't know, magic something.
The Warlocks
Magic.
Guild.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out there. I'm at least gonna go look for it.
In the Warlock Ghetto.
Before you leave, I say, in the past when I wanted to, put things together, I'll typically make like a wine night for that sort of thing. So maybe like a Warlock wine night. Make some posters, put them around town.
Like one night.
This guild already exists. I don't have to put any posters around.
Well, I mean, if it does exist, if it don't exist, or you just don't like the people.
Okay. I'll make sure to have a Warlock wine night. Val is sort of a vodka daddy, though.
Well, it can be a Warlock vodka sort of thing. You just got to get creative with how you name it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe some daddy juice involved.
Yay.
I'm gonna
So-
follow him to the arena.
Yep, I'm going to the arena too. Let's go.
Yeah, so you sort of walk in the general direction that you were given previously, and you again pass through predominantly like housing, residential. That's the word I was looking for. Really having trouble with my words tonight. Predominantly residential areas. But as you get sort of closer to where you think the Coliseum is, or the arena rather, You can hear cheering, and any doubts you had quickly fade. Probably within 5 minutes of hearing the cheering, you find yourselves in front of a large, sort of oval-shaped building. It's constructed primarily of granite, and it's sort of, at least from the outside, it looks like it's very roughly hewn from the stones. There's a large arched entryway on the end that's nearest to you, and standing in front of it with sort of a red, painted red, like hempen rope, crossing the doorway is a very tall, sort of lightly green-skinned person wearing armor.
I sort of walk right up to him and I say, "How do I fight?" "Well, I mean, I know how to fight, but like, how do I fight in there? And I know it's probably the same way that I fight out here, but like, what's the whole process?"
So, like as you kind of walk up to him and just sort of vomit those words at him, he looks down at you, very tall, towers over Puncho, and as he looks down with his eyes, one eye kind of follows slower than the other, and he says, "Fighter or watcher?"
"Well, I guess I'd sort of consider myself to be a fighter."
He kind of blinks one eye before the other, and points to like an entryway that's sort of down some steps, maybe 200 yards away, and says, "Fighters there."
"Well, thank you, good sir. I wish you luck in your standing duties."
He just kind of blankly stares at you, with his arms still outstretched.
I'm gonna ask him, are they fighting with weapons or with fists?
He puts his arm down and he looks at you and he says, "Fighters there," and he points over at the doorway.
Say, "Thank you
Watcher.
very much."
Watcher.
Watcher, 1 gold piece, and he holds out his hand.
I'll pay him a gold piece.
He puts it into sort of this huge leather satchel hanging from his shoulder, and reaches down and undoes the rope, sort of lifting it to let you through.
Where's the bookies?
Bets inside.
Thank you.
I wave goodbye to Ulfgar and I say, "Oh, I'll see you when I'm down there."
Sounds good. Adeline, you coming in, or?
I'm going to fight as well.
Fighters there.
Yes, thank you, sir.
He just stares.
I walk over to the area he pointed at the last 3 times. I assume it hasn't changed?
It has not.
Okay.
I follow Pancho. Kind of glaring at the back of his head.
Yeah, as you sort of go down the steps and approach a door, the door it looks like oak, but someone has stained it black. Sort of waxy looking. You notice that sitting on a stool next to the door is a monkey.
Oh.
Like a capuchin monkey.
We named him Jack.
Wow. Great reference.
Thanks, I was working on that all night.
Yeah.
You have the best references, everyone says.
I know. I hear them speaking behind my back.
I understood this one. So.
what I said was also a reference, but clearly to a movie no one's seen. Moving forward, monkey on stool. Not
I
in
go to
bed.
open the door.
The monkey goes, "Hey, where are you going? You gotta pay."
Well, how much?
He said, "Gold. What do you think? Where you ever thought you didn't have to pay? Come on."
Well, most places I'm invited.
Yeah? Who are you?
Well, name's Puncho.
Puncho, eh? Prove it.
I kind of just put out my two fists.
Well, yep. I'm no expert, but that looks about right. What the hell are you doing in this dump?
Well, you know, these folk invited me to join along with them. So far, while in their presence, we punched the shit out of Hydra and then got a kid killed. So it's been looking pretty good.
I kind of like huff at that.
He
In my nostrils.
he kind of nods like he's heard it all before, and says, "Well, you weren't invited, so you gotta pay. One gold."
Very well. And the rules are these, split fighting, fist fighting, all that sort of good stuff. And then also, weapon fighting.
Well, you'll sign up for the league you want when you get inside.
Okay, so there are leagues.
Of course, there's leagues. What do you think we are, barbarians?
Well,
It
I've
takes
been
a-
to some nice places, but they had mixed leagues. Well, not really leagues at all. Mixed fighting.
As he finishes the barbarian statement, he takes a bite out of a banana that has not been peeled.
I see you're there taking a nice crunch out of that banana.
He enjoyed the crumps. He loved it.
He just kind of
It's the crunch life.
he
I
just
get
kind of smiles with like all of his teeth.
And I said, "You got another one of those?"
He goes, yeah, and he kind of reaches behind him on the stool and tears one off of a bunch that's there.
So you mind if I have a crunch myself? It's been a while.
Help yourself, and he hands one to you.
It's been a fortnight since my last crumps.
And I go ahead and I just crunch off half a banana.
Okay.
And after the crunch, I kind of just slurp it down my throat without really chewing. I have a very large throat, by the way.
That is both an overshare and disgusting.
I mean, you gotta have a large throat for all that daddy juice. Come on now.
Oh man.
And
Wow. Okay, moving on.
I pull out one gold coin, and then I sort of hand it to him, and then I also put forward my flask, and I say, if you want any of this, well, I'll be inside, but if you just want a quick swig.
He kind of holds up a hand and says, "No, I'm trying to cut back."
I understand. Crunching and drinking, it's not necessarily the best combination for your health.
He looks at Adeline and he goes, "You here to fight?"
Yeah, here's the gold coin. She just reluctantly slips it to the monkey.
All right. You heard what I said. Sign up inside. And he kind of hops off of his stool and grabs a separate door handle that's at monkey height and opens the door.
I assume that only opens a monkey-sized door.
No, it opens the full-size door.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I follow him in and I say, "Well, I don't think I caught your name, good sir."
Chuckles.
Oh, Chuckles. I think I may know your aunt, Barbado.
Barbados. What?
Is that not your?
No, No, I don't know a Barbado.
Well, funny story. There's also another woman, kind of looks a little bit like you. Has a nephew named Chuckles. I guess it's just a small world, huh?
Must be. And he kind of spits a chunk of banana onto the floor. And he points with the remaining chunk of banana at a desk on the far wall. And you see there's a bunch of other like prospective fighters in here. Some are sort of like lifting weights and swinging swords, practice swords and stuff. And there's a desk that's like it's like a casino bookie desk, where there's like the like metal fence that goes around the top part of the desk, and there's just slots cut in the bottom part for you to slide stuff through.
Say, well, thank you. Happy crunching.
He just kind of nods and then steps back through the door and closes it.
I head over to the registration area.
Yeah, there's a maybe a 16-year-old kid sitting at the desk, and he kind of squints at you, and he says, "What league?"
Unarmed with magic.
Sorcerers or melee?
Melee.
Okay. And he reaches out and he passes a manila folder through the little slot. And he says, "There's your liability forms and potential winnings sheet."
I look it over.
Stapled to the back there is a next of kin notice, in case you don't make it. Next.
Eveline's never done this before, but she's like, fighter? Weapons?
Blades or blunts?
Blades?
Alright. And he hands you a manila folder and repeats what he said to Pancho.
I would like to point out that when the question blades or blunts was asked, which is a question that I hear frequently, I make the same joke that I make every single time, and I kind of like lean over to someone and I'm like, I always prefer blunts, if you catch my drift, and then I chuckle.
Somehow nobody gets it.
Val heard it.
How?
Hal is literally not there.
No.
Creepy warlocks.
It's a connection.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's a
Horace
bond.
hanging out. Is he like spying through Horace or something?
Horace was lost in the disbursement of the party and just kind of followed whoever.
God.
Just clinging on the back of Adeline's armor, going mush, mush, mush.
You're like, what is that noise? And you reach behind you, and it's just Horace.
Just a ball of tentacles and slime.
Mhm.
Oh, gross.
God, I love him.
Every time you take a step, it just goes mush, mush.
Yeah, so Ulfgar, you find yourself rather, in a grandstand overlooking a large oval arena, and in it there are two, like very tall, half-naked men, and they're slapping each other with dead salmon.
God, wish it was gone.
And the crowd is cheering, and some of the people are shouting like "Go left, go left!" And there's at least a dozen or so people saying "Kick him in the nuts!" And there's just a lot of like banter and laughing. This seems to be sort of a halftime show of sorts.
Oh,
Instead of beetles.
I'm gonna chuckle at the fish slapping competition and go find a bookie.
Yeah, you find it's pretty easy to spot.
Neon signs
Like-
and all.
No, not neon, but painted, and it's got a crowd around it, and people that are walking away are not carrying food. So, deduction leads you to believe that that would be the bookie.
Who do you have for fights today that I can bet on? Anybody new?
He so there's like a dwarf behind there, and he's got a long white beard, and he squints at you and then does like a double take, and kind of laughs loudly, and he says, "No, the runner hasn't gotten me any new names." He says, "But the two scheduled fights are still on, and the next one's gonna start after these ass grabbers are done." And he passes you a sheet, and it has 4 names total on it. In like and 2 of each of the names are sort of connected with lines. Underneath the first set of names is like a time corresponding to about 10 to 15 minutes from now. And next to each of the names are odds. The first name is Ben Kinsley, and the second name is Grabnar the Destroyer. And Ben Kinsley is a 48 to 1, and Grabnar is a 2 to 1. The second set of names are Grelf, who is a 2 to 1, and Charity, who is an 8 to 1.
Oh, 8 to 1. Well, let's just put 10 gold on Ben.
Okay.
Because, yeah. Gotta give it to the underdog. And, it was Chandley?
Charity.
Charity. Let's put 20 gold on Charity.
Yeah.
And
You,
when do you expect the runner with the new names?
He kind of looks at a clock that's sort of set in the wall behind him, and says 5 minutes ago, and he kind of sighs and shakes his head.
Oh, well, I'll be back after that first fight.
Yeah, he takes your sheet and tears off sort of a receipt and hands it to you.
Concessions, anything like that? Is there any concession stands? Anything like that? Place to get some ale and popcorn, maybe?
Yeah,
Peanuts?
there's people sort of walking around with those trays and selling drinks and food.
Yeah, I'll go find a nice comfy spot someplace.
Yeah.
Get a beer and I don't know.
Yeah, they don't have popcorn, but they do have fried like octopus arm bits.
Ooh, sure, we'll do fried octopus.
Armpits or arm bits?
Bits with a B.
Okay, because I was
Yeah.
gonna say I don't know if I want to eat fried octopus armpits.
Yeah.
Like little kebabs or something.
No, they're in bags,
Oh,
fried, not breaded, just fried.
just fried. Oh well.
No, not
Is
tentacles.
this gonna?
Not trigger Val if he ends up over there.
Where is Horace?
Oh no, he ended up in the deep fryer.
Oh no.
Yeah. Is this
One
gonna
of
cause...
one of the tentacles looks a little slimier than normal, and it's going mush mush mush.
I'm gonna reach in and pull out Horace and put him on my shoulder. You stay.
Mush,
And
mush.
I give him a piece of tentacle.
That's rude, but he eats it anyway.
I mean,
He more like just kind of sucks on it because he can't actually chew
he
it.
mushed on a dead human toe. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
that's you.
is this like normal ballpark prices where it's gonna be arm and a leg for a beer and octopus bites?
No, it was actually really reasonable. Total, you paid about 5 silver.
5 silver. Oh. Yeah, I guess I'll watch the fish slapping contest and wait for the first fight.
Okay. Yeah. Down below, you guys are being led to a like a training area. And there's a dwarf there who's sort of showing you around and asking you if you need to use or like borrow weapons, and giving you like prices for various things.
I say, I'm not in the weapon bracket. It's unarmed, hand to hand sort of thing.
He just sort of nods and looks at Adeline.
My own weapons will be fine.
Okay. Yeah. So, not too much longer after that, you see a boy, sort of running down a flight of stairs, and he's like super winded, and he's carrying a little bag of those octopus bites that are like sort of half eaten, and he's sort of shouting at the person behind the little gate thing to hurry up, that he's late. A few more minutes after that, he sort of disappears. Ulfgar, you see, it seems like the one in the yellow short shorts won the fish slapping contest, and the crowd seems kind of bummed out. You hear someone mutter that now they don't get free octopus bites.
Oh.
But shortly after that, the crowd returns to sort of cheering and yelling as two people take this, like the arena. The first person to come out is covered in head to toe in like blood red plate armor, and he's carrying a huge sword. The announcer guy sort of announces his name, but the cheering starts like as soon as he steps out, and so you can't hear what his name is. And then from the other side of the arena steps out just a scrawny, little short half-elf guy, who's wearing like leather armor and has what looks like a broom handle for a weapon. And the crowd turns immediately to booing, and again, you're sort of unclear which one that is.
He's gonna take it.
Yeah.
So after sort of the booing subsides, and they get sort of closer to the middle, you hear a loud chiming noise, and like the battle starts, and then it's immediately over. The guy with the broom handle sort of tried to block a blow from the sword, and the sword cut through it and then completely through him as well. There was just a geyser of blood, and the crowd goes wild.
Anyone sit next to me?
Yeah.
So who is the guy who got split in half?
He says, I don't know, Eric or something. Didn't stand a chance.
Was it Ben?
Yeah, that's it, Ben, and he just screams, "Woo, yeah!" And like 3 or 4 dwarves rush out onto the arena to start scooping up the bloodied sand and the bits of the body.
Oh. So Ben is gone.
So what the other guy doesn't know, he's just been cursed indefinitely.
So then the next set takes the stage, and the first person to come out, you're gonna go out on a limb and guess and probably be correct, is a druid. They're wearing like tree bark armor, and every step they take leaves like green marks in the sand where like grass is starting to come up, and they're sort of spinning around holding a like a staff up high, and sort of cheering on the crowd.
Oh, did I hear their name announced?
Yeah, you did, but the condensation of my drink wore away the names. So can you read them back to me?
Grelf?
That's
Or-
Grelf.
Or Charity?
Yeah. Right. I still have Charity. I have Wolf of the other one. And I could not think of the rest of the name. Yeah. So, Grelf sort of takes the center, and as he does, he swings his staff from one end over his head, really wide, and flower petals just like fill the arena. And then the announcer announces Charity, sort of learning from the earlier mistake of trying to announce names after they've come out. Clearly not a very experienced announcer. And a woman with really long hair, wearing like leather armor and carrying a sword and a shield, steps out, and she's sort of banging them together, the sword and the shield, and then like holding them up high and sort of cheering and screaming. And the crowd seems pretty equally happy to see Charity. And as they sort of get to the center, you again hear that loud chime, and Grelf casts some sort of a magic spell at her, and sort of vines erupt from under the soil, throwing bits of sand everywhere, and kind of wrapping up her legs. And quickly she kind of cuts them away, and kind of jumps to the left of him, swinging hard at him. And he blocks with his staff, but like the hand that's holding it gets cut into, and he kind of drops his staff. As he does so with his other hand, he casts a spell, and she kind of falls backwards, kind of pushed. Before she can sort of regain her balance, there's like a strong gust of wind that you can feel through the arena, and it pushes her back against the wall. And he again does the sort of green hand spell, and the vines erupt beneath her feet. And again, she manages to cleave away at them before he can get up close to whack at her with his staff. And she sort of yells something very loudly at him, and spell that you're pretty intimately familiar with, as you hear a loud crack, and it echoes through the arena. He kind of drops to one knee, and she plunges the sword into his back.
I'm gonna stand up and cheer. Is he going down?
Yeah, he's gone down.
Yeah. Look at the guy next to me. Did he win? Was he betting? Or no?
He's cheering. You can't tell if he won or not, but
Yep. I guess I'll go collect my winnings and see if that list of names is back yet.
indeed it is. And you do collect your winnings. If you want to go ahead and add that up for yourself. Can't remember if you bet 10 or 20 gold.
20 on charity. 160
Right.
back.
Good job. Yeah, so the list of names comes up, and the next fight is your good buddy Puncho. And it's a 3-1, and he's fighting against Greg, who's a 4-1.
Uh-oh. Greg?
Greg.
I don't know how I'm going to do against Greg.
I don't either, but we're gonna find out.
150 on Puncho.
Well, that sure is a safe bet, isn't it?
And what's Adeline's?
Yeah, Adeline is up against Fitzpatrick. And Adeline's a 4-1, and Fitzpatrick is a 2-1.
We'll do 150 on Adeline too.
Okay.
Guys, don't lose.
Hopefully roll.
I don't know that you bet. Maybe I'm going to throw this fight. Who knows?
I mean, I could hedge my bet and another 150 on Greg and Fitzpatrick.
I love that these are just broken. I don't know why these ones specifically are broken, but they're just broken.
Yeah, they're the ones in the game, though, too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just this model is just completely broken.
I wonder if
It's that's death.
Should I be watching the Twitch stream right now? Is position going to matter?
What? Can you not see what's going on?
Oh, I'm not in the tabletop. But
Yeah, you can't.
Oh right. Well, it's an oval arena, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference.
Okay. That's what I figured. It's just going to be like, I run at them.
Here,
There's 50 feet between you right now.
Well, don't we start sort of towards the middle?
Yeah,
I
I'm
posted
just
a picture.
describing how you started. Call.
Okay,
We could even go.
that's good for me.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah, sure thing. That is going to be a 6 plus 2, so 8.
Okay.
And just to be clear, I do not have my knuckles on.
Okay. And you're level 6?
Correct.
Okay.
What you doing there, Omega?
Making it like a chessboard.
Alright.
Ryan. So you can say, move me to H4 or.
I mean, I should be fine. As
Oh.
is, if you could just update the board state, when moving occurs.
Yep.
Or I can just watch the stream.
Oh, there'll be like a 10-second delay.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't need to be like live.
Okay.
And it is Omega with what numbers?
Oh, where you currently are?
No, never mind.
Oh.
I can get it.
Like you're at I4.
Yep, I4.
The bad guy's at F4. Oh, hey, he's got a sword now. He didn't have that earlier. Materialized. Ignore the sword.
So he is now 2 spaces away from me.
Yes.
I assume that he used his entire sort of thing to get over to me.
Well, no, that's where you start.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Let me roll his initiative because I forgot to. So that's a 7.
Oh, I go ahead of him.
You sure do.
Okay, so as I sort of come in, I'm gonna do the whole WWE like hand near my ear, like kind of pumping it, really just like make a huge show of really making a big entrance.
Yeah, he's also kind of cheering on the crowd. You notice that he's wearing armor. Fairly heavy armor. But does indeed appear to be unarmed.
Perfect. Okay, well, seeing how I'm waiting for the chime.
Yep.
I wait for the chime.
Yeah, so the announcer announces, is his name Greg?
Yes.
Greg. Yeah, I thought so, but, when I don't come up with silly names, it's harder to remember for some reason.
I think Greg's a pretty silly name.
I mean, for the setting, probably. But, yeah, so the announcer announces Greg, and the crowd goes just crazy, screaming and hollering, and Greg's playing it up. And then the announcer, clearly having to look at, like, a sheet of paper to read your name off, goes, and, Puncho. And, the crowd just kind of goes mostly silent. Sort of a who moment. But you're still out there, like, cheering him on and, yeah, doing your thing.
Right.
Shortly after that, you do indeed hear the chime.
Okay. And with the chime, I
Perfect.
sort of fling a nice hunter's mark on Greg.
Okay.
And I charge forwards and just, smack him twice in the old gobber.
The old gob.
Yeah.
You attempt to do so.
So one is going to be a 22, and the other one is going to be a 21.
Both do hit.
Okay. So the total damage for this whole exchange is going to be 28 damage
Goodness.
as I sort of just clock him twice in the jaw and sort of let out a huge roar.
Go, Pancho!
Yeah. He kind of takes a step back, like, whoa. And the person sitting next to you, Ulfgar, kind of looks at you like, what? And the Greg just sort of shakes it off, and he moves in to make his own 2 melee attacks.
You never seen Pancho fight?
Okay. Shockingly, there's very few melee enemies. So, but I did find something that will work. So does a 19 hit?
A 19 will hit.
Okay, and that's a hit. And then that one is definitely a hit. Okay. Yes, cat. Rare.
Is that a Jules cheering me on?
It sure is Jules cheering you on. Trying to find the word.
So that'll be 12 damage.
Total?
Yep.
And I am going to succeed my concentration check to keep Hunter's Mark up.
Okay.
12 damage. Okay. So I am going to sort of nod as I reel back from his vicious attack on me, and kind of look to the audience, kind of feign a little bit of surprise, and then just like bounce back and just deliver 3 blows, or at least attempt to. That is going to be a 8, which I believe doesn't hit,
Nope.
a 21,
Does.
and a 23,
Does.
which is going to be 22 damage.
Yeah, he's looking pretty bloody. One of his eyes is starting to swell closed, and you can kind of hear him muttering Adrian under his breath.
My name is Pancho, not Adrian.
My name's not Rick.
Yeah. And he's gonna again attempt to hit you twice. Hopefully rolling higher with his damage die. That hits and very nearly crits. And that's a 16. Right? Hello? Hello?
Oh, I'm back. Sorry,
Okay.
it keeps cutting out. What did you say?
The second attack was a 16.
16 will hit. I assume the first one was too low or too high.
It was much higher. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, then both hit.
Okay. Again, hopefully he does more damage this time. A little bit. Let's see. So that'll be 16 damage.
16 damage. I maintain concentration.
Okay.
I start to, spit a little bit of blood. I kind of smirk a bit. It's been a while since I've felt this sort of pain from another man's fists. And again, I nod and I sort of reel back. And I sort of put out 3 fingers, and then 2 fingers, and then 1 finger as I close that hand into a fist and just rapid fire 3, 2, 1 fists into his mouth as I go to knock his lights out.
Okay.
2 of them will not hit with a 8 and a 10. However, the 22, I believe, will hit.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 16.
16 damage from one hit?
Yeah, Hunter's Mark does, or not Hunter's Mark, the, Colossus Slayer, sorry, is a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so now he's real bloodied. And he's now shouting Adrian at the top of his lungs. And sort of looking around the crowd.
Say, your name's Greg, my name's Puncho. Get it together.
Yeah. So after shouting that and looking around, he's again gonna try to make his 2 attacks.
Okay.
Yep, that's higher than the 16, so that hits. And so is that. Okay. So that'll be 19 damage this time.
I am going to fail my concentration save, so Hunter's Mark is no longer up. Okay. And I'm going to... 19, you said?
Yeah.
I sort of nod at him. Obviously, more bloody. And I look and I said, that was a valiant last attempt, but check this out. And I go for 3 punches. I'm a little disappointed in myself that I didn't finish it last round. But at this
Really
time,
close.
I feel...
Really close.
Ooh.
Come on, Puncho!
Is a 15 gonna hit?
No.
Okay. Well, nothing hits as I'm sort of a little dazed.
I mean, that happens. You've taken a lot of blows to the face. So.
Ah.
He's again gonna try to take his 2 attacks. Well, that's 16, so that hits. And that's a 20, naturally.
Ooh.
Pancho.
Well,
Good night, Pancho.
sorry about that, Omega.
You're fine. Wolfgar follows the rules. Only bet what you can lose.
So that'll be 22 damage.
22 damage, unless, Punchista is going to step in here. That is enough to knock me out.
It does indeed. And it is non-lethal. So you're just unconscious.
Right.
Yeah.
Too bad someone else got split in half.
Well, this is unarmed fighting. There's a little bit more honor here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good luck,
so
Adeline.
those same blood-covered dwarves come out and sort of scoop Pancho into a stretcher and carry him off. And a woman in sort of a black, almost like a nightgown, runs out and is sort of like half carrying Greg off or out of the arena, and he's just shouting Adrian repeatedly.
Who's Adrian?
You can only assume it's the woman helping him, but yeah.
I was talking to the guy next to me.
Oh, right. Yeah. He just shrugs. Oh. You came so close.
I'm going to guess it
close.
was like 3 health.
2.
2. Wow.
Yeah. That was a hard encounter.
On that last one, I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 9.
Wow. Well, and he had the ability to parry you, but all of your attacks were high enough to where it wouldn't have helped him any. So.
Damn.
Yeah. You're hitting hard. Hitting real hard. Yeah, so up next is Adeline
Oh, okay.
versus
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
Hmm.
So the announcer announces Adeline first, and she takes her place in the arena, and then sort of a low kind of rumbling, like drum roll, is played through the arena, and you hear the crowd kind of ooh and ah as the announcer sort of shouts into the whatever he's using to amplify his voice. The incredible Fitzpatrick, and you see 4 men sort of come out onto the arena, and they're all holding chains, and the chains are connected to an owl bear.
Oh.
Wow.
And the owl bear is wearing a tuxedo shirt.
Yeah.
I don't think I have an owl bear wearing a tuxedo shirt.
I would think not. But I'm ashamed in you.
Nonetheless.
Let's see if the internet can do better than me. Bear.
Go ahead and roll your initiative.
Okay.
Adeline. It's time to put that all of that training to good use.
Oh boy. That would be 19.
The owl bear rolled a 13.
Well, that could work.
Temporary placeholder bear.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I know what it is.
Oh, well, that wasn't very long.
I'm gonna note that I'm only going to use my halberd. It's a two-handed weapon, so I won't be using a shield. So my armor class will be 17.
Okay. Noted.
There we go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that
I mean, not quite a
It's not
tuxedo
bad.
shirt, but
pretty close. I'll certainly allow it. Bonus points for the manila folder. Yeah, so they kind of lead it to the center and then quickly unhook the chains and run away. Your turn.
Okay.
Oh,
Excuse me.
chime.
Chime. Okay. All right.
There it is.
Rush forward. Good lord, the art. Wow, really? 12 to hit.
Oh man, just misses.
Okay, so that misses. I get 2 attacks, so I'm gonna go for it again. Wait, yeah, 15. To hit.
15 hits?
That's 13 damage with the blade of the halberd.
Okay. You said 15?
Yes.
Alright, yeah. Your halberd cuts deep into the owl bear's kind of shoulder region. And thick blood kind of oozes out and spills into the sand.
All right. Oh, actually, it's the damage was 13. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
All right, and then I'm gonna swing it around and try to boop it with the other end.
Okay.
Wow. Natural 1 on that.
Yeah, so swinging it around, you accidentally catch your own foot, and deal 3 damage.
Okay.
It will only be later, out of the heat of battle, you realize you cut off a toe.
Oh no.
That's with the butt of the.
Oh no! As she was swinging
Yeah,
around,
but
the halberd.
Oh, gotcha.
blade
it was a crit fail, so
Yeah.
And she's a big lizard. It'll grow back.
I am dragonborn, not a lizard.
Glorified
She's a
big lizard.
It'll grow back.
hey, that toe's got to be
Wow.
worth something.
Wow. No one's all right.
Yeah, Wolfgar sort of scrambles onto the field to pick it up.
It's still in her boot. So
you quickly take off her boot and sort of
shake
grab
out
it
the
out.
toe.
Yeah.
How does she cut off a toe if it's in her boot?
She's a very strong glorified lizard.
All right. That's me.
Yeah, the owlbear takes its obligatory 2 attacks. So your AC is 17?
Yes.
I don't think it's obligated to take 2 attacks.
I mean, inclined, yes.
The
Yeah.
first attack was a 23, so that definitely hits. And the second attack misses. And the first attack was with its beak. Kind of pecks at you almost. And deals, drumroll please, 11 damage. However, it misses with its claws. And turn goes to you.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just repeat.
Well, hopefully not repeat, because
Well.
you've only got so many toes.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't want to do that. If I remember, 12 does not hit.
Nope.
My second attack. A 13.
Hits.
8 damage with the blade of my halberd.
Okay.
And I'll swing around, try to boop it. That's
Hopefully
a 20.
miss your toes.
Yeah,
That
I
hits.
rolled all together. And that's 6 damage.
Okay. Yeah. The owlbear is thoroughly booped. And quite a bit angrier than it was a few moments ago.
Good.
Which it's going to use to make its 2 attacks. That'll be an 18, and then that actually landed on 18, so that definitely hits. Okay, so it pecks at you, dealing a whopping 8 damage. It then goes for your jugular with its claws. Dealing 15 damage.
Ooh.
Fortunately, dragon jugulars are in a different place. Or dragonborn jugulars.
Where are the jugulars?
No comment.
The jugular is stored in the foot.
Oh no.
It was already cut off.
So now it can't be cut. So she's good.
And that will complete the owlbear's turn.
Hey, Scott, since I can't see your rolls, do you mind if I just roll for you and then tell you what you rolled?
Yes. Yes, I do.
You do mind? Because I just rolled like 5 3s for you in a row. Are you sure you don't want to use those numbers?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
Well,
You're
that,
lost.
For whatever reason, this die has been nothing but good to me.
Yeah, well.
Except for when it's
looking quite so good. I'm just gonna kind of scream and rage at this thing and roll again.
okay. Yeah, the owlbear's not looking great either. Just for the record, goopy blood all over it and stuff.
Yeah, 22 to hit.
Hits.
12 damage with my halberd.
Okay, Lulu.
I didn't mean that.
It's fine.
17 to hit with the butt end.
Hits.
4 damage. And then my second attack.
You said 4 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
That's 11. That misses.
Right. The owlbear is looking real rough now.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bear, not a dog.
Did I say Doug?
Said
I
rough.
was making a joke because you said he's looking real rough.
Oh boy, I missed that. Was a real good joke. Okay, and it takes its 2 attacks, starting with that beak attack, which Ryan must have switched dice because misses. Damn you, Ryan.
He's not
Yeah.
even in
Claw
the game.
attack.
It's going to be a
Uh,
13.
Close. It's a 17.
That's armor class.
Yep,
So it's going to hit.
sure is. And that will be with its claws, dealing 10 damage. It probably would have been more, but the dice hit each other, so you're lucky.
Some of the damage was rubbed off on the dice.
Yeah. And that will complete the owlbear's turn. And what will probably be its last turn, assuming you hit it enough.
That's what we said about the other guy.
It's true. He was real close.
All right. So
Even I was rooting for you there at the end.
as a bonus action, I'm gonna use my second wind. So I get 7 HP back.
Useful.
Yeah, I kind of needed to do that.
Can't wait to hear how low you were.
If Excel, all right, Excel, I'll get to you later. Wait, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take my attack then.
Okay.
Uh, 21 hit. I know that hits.
Sure does.
Uh, 4 damage.
Okay, well, that's not gonna kill him.
Well, I got more, so
Alright. Let's see it.
flip it around to the other end and try to boop it. It's 19, so
Hits.
4 damage.
Oh no.
Get rid of those dice, Day.
I could re-roll these, but I don't feel like it because I got another attack. I can re-roll a 1 or 2, I think.
Then you should re-roll.
Don't feel like it.
Well,
The
you get to
difference-
do it infinite times if it's the like great weapon fighting or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great weapon fighting.
So I'm pretty sure you can just do that like infinitely.
It says I must use the new roll. It's not infinite.
Right? No. But like if it's a 1, then it can't get worse than a 1.
Right. Yeah, I'll re-roll them. That's much better. That's 13 damage with that's at the halberd blade end.
Okay.
Sorry, Scott.
That's fine.
And the other one would have been also max damage, so 7.
He isn't that better.
Yeah, you kill the owlbear.
Alright.
Now, just out of curiosity, roll your d20 and see if you critically failed on this, on your last attack.
Or if you just didn't hit.
Did. Wow.
There we go.
And that's why you always re-roll when you can.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
Always use advantage. Even if you
Yeah.
hit, use advantage.
Oh man.
You can always hit harder.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
That's
I'll
fine.
listen to the seasoned fighter.
Today you learned. And Oakbar
Alright.
just won a ton of money. So,
Yeah,
That's great.
that's what it was. That's right. I
To
was
make
down-
up for
I got
the
down
loss,
to
I'm
5 hit points, by the way.
Wow.
It's quite close.
Yeah, it is. Probably had you not rerolled, well, certainly had you not rerolled, you would have not killed the owlbear, and you would have then been knocked unconscious,
All right.
and then
That's
possibly eaten.
Yeah.
And that's no good.
Yeah, no, that usually kills the Edeline.
And then Ulfgar would have to jump into the arena and fight a half-dead owlbear, and
Like a 99% dead owlbear.
And then ethics would get involved.
and then I wouldn't
No,
be 600
he's not
gold
collecting
richer.
the blood of a child. I don't think ethics would get involved.
Okay,
You
well,
monster.
it was a dead child.
No, does not count.
Yeah, it does.
No.
I'm not talking about that kind of ethics. I'm talking about like the rules of the game and like.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I just kind of spit at the owlbear, stalk away.
Yeah, one of the four men came out again and is just weeping as he starts dragging the corpse of the owlbear off the.
Oh,
Like the Rancor.
feel bad.
Nice job, Day.
Yeah. Good job killing somebody's pet.
Well, they shouldn't be making it fight.
You could have done non-lethal damage. You wanted to kill it.
There was malice in your eyes.
We could smell the hate from here.
Oh,
My daddy was eaten by an owlbear.
look at the elderly bloodlust.
That was that.
Yeah, and that concludes today's arena fighting.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna feel. Wait, what happened with Puncho's fight?
He
Did
lost.
he lose?
Yeah.
He lost.
I'm gonna rub that in his face.
Yeah, so
Wow.
In fact, where is Puncho? Is he still like passed out somewhere?
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
I made a grand total of 430 gold.
Well, that's not bad.
No.
Good thing you can exploit your dying friends.
Yeah.
We're not really friends.
Wow.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
I
The
mean,
claws come out.
There was a lot of
Jeez.
friction with all of these people, except I guess Gabriel.
Except for Puncho, who best friends.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, it's not like.
I'm gonna go find Puncho. Actually, I'm gonna go see where he is.
Yeah, he's down below.
Is he awake?
Probably by now. Yeah, someone's smelling salted him. Very basic medical care down below in the pits.
Yeah, they filled up my daddy juice.
That's about it.
Just pour some daddy juice on your wounds. It'll be better.
You know, I'm gonna unless he tries to stop me, I'm gonna yank that stupid flask from him and take a big swig.
Well, there's a difference between me thinking that you're going to drink it and me thinking that you're going to take it away from me. What's your like bodily intention here? Is it like very obvious that you're going for a drink?
How much swagger did you have as you approached?
I admit I got quite a lot of swagger. I got like bloodlust kind of still going.
Okay, then I sort of feel like it's you want to drink it.
All right.
So I let it go.
How big of a swig do you take?
A really big one.
Roll a con save.
Oh boy. Oh man, it's 15 plus something. 20.
Yeah. Wow. Damn, that's a con. Yeah, you take a big swig, and you kind of gag a little as it goes down. It's a lot thicker than you thought it would be, and
Has a slight
yeah.
tinge of tobacco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost syrupy, but like not in a good way. And
I think it's in a good way.
yeah, you would. And it burns like fire. I mean, it's like taking a shot of Tabasco syrup. Um, and it burns the whole way down, and you feel it like immediately. And you're suddenly quite a bit calmer than you were a few moments ago.
I sort of put a fist out, and I say, "How went the fight?"
A lot better than yours did.
Oh, did you see it? It was quite a good one. Almost knocked his brain out right from the back of his head. Don't know what happened. I slipped up in the last round.
Yeah, it happens.
Glad it does, but hey, we're here to fight another day.
So we are.
My fist is sort of put out there, kind of for like a bump.
All right.
Kind of just still waiting for it.
She kind of thinks about it for a moment, and then she's like, hell, why not? She bumps him back.
And kind of pull it back with the whole explosion thing. And I kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh god, yeah, she mimics that.
Yeah, and it's at this point that you realize your toe is missing.
Would Ulfgar have noticed her slicing off of the toe?
Probably not. You're pretty far back. Yeah.
So I'm not getting you a doctor to have it reattached. At the moment. You can put it on ice. That would be appreciated.
Would put my hand on ice cream.
I could
Do I,
blast it with my frost breath.
Do I notice that the toe is missing?
I think feeling
Make a
it,
perception check.
Okay.
That is going to be a 17.
Yeah, you notice she's walking a little funny.
I say, you got your, your toe that's separated?
I think I do.
I say, here, let me just, and I sort of grab both the end of the toe and, your foot, and I sort of hold them together, and I'm going to cast a mixture of lay on hands as well as healing wounds. Or, sorry, not healing wounds, cure wounds, and also lesser restoration as sort of like a trifecta of healing goodies.
Yeah.
Wow. What does that do for me?
No clue. We'll find out.
Yeah, the toe is reattached. However, you weren't paying attention, and it's upside down.
Damn it.
And I kind of just go like, the next time it comes off, we'll put it back on right. But, nerves should still be good and all. I have a few friends who've sort of dealt with the same thing. It's a whole process, but just a little bit of healing here and there, and whatever. We get it back running.
Yeah, I just kind of looking at the upside down toe, and I'm like, give me another drink.
Yeah, here you go. I mean, you still have it. Take another swig.
Yeah, I do so.
Another con save.
Wow. 10.
Yeah, this time you throw up a little bit, like in your mouth.
Oh man.
I kind of pat you on the back and I say, "It's okay. It happens a lot. I actually had my entire hand put on upside down once. You just learn to live with it, especially when it's something smaller like a toe. Just put on a boot, and well, sometimes lovers kind of like it.
I just kind of like nod. A little unsure. I'm kind of weirded out by all of this.
I say, well, next time we're in the Coliseum together, we better both win, huh?"
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of
And
like throw up in my mouth again a little bit.
I go for like
And that's what it sounds like.
yeah, there's a lot of metal. I go for a congratulatory hug.
I just stand there stoically.
Wow.
I did the fist bump. That's progress for Edeline.
I then kind of lightly pull the flask away.
while doing the hug, just kind of slip it out.
No, after the hug.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of take a swig myself and start hobbling over to where I left my knuckles.
Okay. Yeah.
Might be a good place to end it, maybe.
Well, let's
Yeah,
get
probably. Huh?
I was gonna say I want to know what Val was up to.
Yeah, what was Val up to?
Trying to find a guild.
Well, I'm trying to find the Warlocks Guild. Or an entrance to it.
Yeah. You kind of know, sort of just inherently, more or less where it's at, or at least the entrance. And it's one of those things where like, you don't consciously know where it's at, but you just sort of wander around the city, and before you know it, you're sort of face to face with a door.
Okay.
Opening it up, you see sort of a swirling black cloud. Stepping into the cloud, you feel kind of pulled, and you land sort of stumbling forward into kind of a it almost looks sort of like a courtroom in a way. There's like a small wooden wall or fence like in this room, and attached to the fence is a desk, and next to the desk is sort of a swinging gate. Sitting behind the desk is a small blue-haired warlock human.
He what? You cut out, I'm sorry.
How much of that did you hear?
I heard small blue-haired warlock.
That's where I ended.
Oh. Okay. Well, I was just looking for, like a common room or a relaxation area. Speak with warlock buddies.
Yeah. Behind him is like a bunch of tables. And there seems to be like a bar. It's kind of like was it like the Eagles Club or a Moose Lodge? There's just there's a bunch of like tables. There's warlocks playing cards. It's fairly quiet though. Not it's not like a bar that would be loud. It's really more like a senior center where everyone's kind of quiet, but there's no one really that old here.
All right. I'm just gonna. Was there like I don't know if you remember describing the place to me last time I was here.
This is basically the same place.
Okay. Is there still that person with the glossy white eyes? I think that was here last time.
I
don't know what you mean.
All right, Siri.
I'm with Siri on this one.
Man, how appropriate.
Yeah, me and Siri were in sync. I don't recall if he was in the like group of people. If he was at the tables, then no, he's not there.
He was at a table. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna ask her. Would I know anyone who would have like a Great Old Ones patron around here?
Yeah, there's a warlock kind of sitting off by himself, and he's just sort of staring into a fireplace, drooling on himself.
Okay.
That's how you know he's a Great Old Ones.
I'm gonna go over and try to tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah, as like before your finger even makes contact, he snaps around and like leaps out of his chair, grabbing you by the shoulders and shaking you and saying, "They're all around! They're everywhere!" And he runs towards the door that you walk through, but he doesn't bother to wait for the little swinging gate to open and just kind of topples over it head first, sort of skidding on his forehead before scrambling back to his feet and pushing through the door.
Wow. I relate. I relate. I know how he feels.
I imagine you would.
You shout, "Do you hear them?"
Oh, he hears them.
Yeah, he sees them.
He knows. He knows what's up. See? I'm gonna go to the most personable looking warlock then. Which I don't know how many of those there are.
There's two, and they're not here.
There's a like a gnome sitting at a table, and she's playing cards with a dwarf, and they seem to be kind of chatting and laughing and having a good time.
Are there any free tables around there?
Yeah,
Or
there's free
seats,
tables.
I mean?
Oh, seats? Yeah.
Yeah, around
there
the table.
are. Kind of it's sort of a rectangular table. I guess I could draw it. It's like a rectangular table like this.
Okay.
And they're playing cards across from each other. And there's a seat here, and here, and here, and there. So these ones are taken.
All right. I'll
Another grade A drawing.
Oh yeah, amazing.
At least this one doesn't look like a dick.
Yeah, that's true.
But the door that you walked through, now that.
I'm real damn tired of your dick drawings, so if you could refrain.
Wow.
I'm gonna. And are there any other warlocks around that don't look like they're just staring off into the distance, or?
Yeah, most of the warlocks seem to be paired up and are like chatting. There's a couple of groups of like 3. There's a few that are just sitting at the bar.
Then I'll. Do they look drunk though?
Uh, you can't really tell from where you're at.
All right. I'll join them at the bar
Okay,
because I don't want to bother these people playing cards.
that's awfully kind of you.
And I'll hit them up and say, heard any words around town about the I whisper Black Rose.
Around town. You know where you're at.
I
Right.
do.
They're not around town.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, okay. Maybe I should rephrase. What? Shit.
What shit?
What shit?
What
And
shit is this?
What the shit?
I was just curious. Do you guys know anything about the Black Crows? Have any friends who might have been kidnapped by them?
Are you asking the one like that you're sitting next to, or just the bar in general?
The one I'm sitting next to. Try to keep it.
Yeah, he turns to you as you ask this, and his eyes are just like he's basically crying. And
Oh no.
he seems to have not heard what you said. And he just says, "I drink to forget terrible things, such terrible things."
Oh, fiends! I see. Um, God, maybe I can. You said there was a blue-haired warlock around. It was like a desk.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go to him then.
Okay.
Or her.
It's a him.
Okay. Hey, does he have a name tag?
Carl.
Carl. Seen you here so many times, Carl. Never spoke to you though. Know anything about this Black Rose? Have any patrons of this place that haven't come in quite a while?
We have lots of patrons that haven't come in for a while. You guys are into some weird stuff.
Aren't you a warlock?
I mean, yeah, but I'm busy with this. I don't even get a chance to have any fun.
Well, what's your patron?
I'd rather not say. It's kind of embarrassing and
Oh, come on.
personal.
For ooh. What?
Listen, buddy, I don't want to say.
Okay, that's respectable. That's fine. Well, getting to my first question. Do you know anything about the Black Rose or know anyone here that would know about them?
Not really. That's, where's that happening?
Tangaria?
He kind of turns around and, he screams at the pink-haired, gnome. And, he screams, "Hey, Arlene! Black Rose, got anything?" And, she kind of turns around and she says, "Nope, been here too long." And, goes right back to playing cards.
Great. Helpful. Well, I'm gonna go sit down at the big rectangle table and just ask around for any like significant warlock news.
What warlock news would there be?
Yeah, the warlock, the Warlock Times.
Any new patrons?
Yeah, any new patrons going around that I haven't heard about
What's hip in the world of patrons? I've fallen so out of fashion.
yet?
What in the world? Warlock news. What will you come up with next?
That's what happens when you choose a great old one.
Yeah.
Fall out of touch too quick. What are all the new young hip warlocks picking?
Oh,
I know
man.
there's like this Hexblade or whatever that is. Raven Queen. Never heard of her.
There's that Declan guy that wasn't really a warlock, but he'd seen some things.
Oh man. So, well, that's my magic group that doesn't know anything about the Black Rose. That was my main purpose of coming here.
Yeah, warlocks as a whole tend to be pretty reclusive. So,
I thought you were gonna say useless.
well, I mean,
That
that's not accurate. Val's done
Oh,
some
I agree.
serious work.
I was gonna
Yeah.
contest it.
Where is Horace?
I mean, you can literally summon him at will. So wherever you want him to be.
No, I'm just curious.
he was with Ulfgar, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Mushing on some octopus bites.
Mm.
I'll let him stay. Hang out with Uncle Elfgar.
Uncle Wolf.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, man.
Get it waterproof.
What is
What's,
Gabriel up to?
Yeah, what's Gabriel doing? Last I heard, he was trying to find a place to play music.
Yep. He's doing that until nighttime and then going to bed.
Well, he leads an exciting life. He does witness a bar fight or two.
Hey.
And he murders everyone there.
Just consumes all of their souls and puts them into his instrument. Conveniently now, everyone's gone and doesn't see it happen. His violin burps. Yeah, I think that's probably a good place to leave off.
Yeah, it's kind of late. I'm very, very tired today.
It sounds like quite a few of you are pretty tired. So.
What are you trying to say, huh?
Yeah. Who, me? Tired.
Never in my life.
Experience,
I don't-
should probably give that out.
What is sleep?
So that'll be 700 experience to Edeline.
Oh,
And Puncho technically lost.
Also, Puncho won't level up.
Ever?
Well, by the time that
Puncho's level 7 now.
well,
I'm
there we
kidding.
go.
I'm kidding. How dare you, sir? If I can get that to come back up. Still want to give you some experience.
Puncho gets 1 experience.
We'll say, well, looking at these, it's all the same exact amount. So, we'll split the difference and say 300.
Okie dokie. And just curious, did I fight a bandit chief or a knight?
Knight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
When Puncho and Adeline come out from barracks, is that what we're called? That would have been my words. I
Uh,
lost two. The fighters' locker room. Locker room. That's a good word.
I was going with the pits.
The pit.
But
Oh,
yeah, that works too.
I'm gonna give them each 100 gold.
You
Oh.
wealthy.
I say, sorry, I need to get the accent. I'm a little offended that you bet against me.
I didn't. Adeline's covering your losses.
He says, well, then the opposite, my friend. Thank you for having such a belief in me, and I'm sorry that I let your money go to waste.
It wasn't a waste. You
I said, well,
almost
very
won.
good. The next time, I promise. You know what it was? I didn't have my cape. I needed my cape.
Apparently.
Or maybe some more daddy juice before you went out and fought.
Oh, it was probably that too.
Yeah, that'll do
but
it.
but I'll tell you, that fighter ain't doing much for at least a week. You know.
Who's Adrian?
Well,
Where does bread come from?
We know where bread comes from. It comes from a harpy.
Wow.
All right.
that's
Man.
true.
How could I forget so early? Or so soon, like...
Oh. Well, thank you, Ulfgar, for the gold.
Yeah, well, you keep winning and I'll keep betting on you guys. And yeah.
Well, I'll start winning then.
Pit fighting isn't usually my thing. This is probably my one and only fight.
Oh,
I'll be
why?
back in there.
You were really good.
I almost went down and I lost a toe.
Well, not quite.
It's thank you, Puncho, for the attempts.
We'll find someone who can mend your boot. And maybe get you some...
Oh no, the boot's fine.
Oh, the boots. You managed to cut your toe off without damaging
it's
your
like-
boot?
It's like,
Very
imagine
sharp weapon.
imagine someone's chopping wood with an axe, and they're wearing leather boots, and they hit the boot. The leather is supple. It gives. Bones, less so. Sort of pinched off the toe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, real unpleasant.
Well, should probably get you some Gorgon plate boots at some point, maybe. Oh, I'm out of Gorgon plate. Never mind.
No, I'll just be more careful next time.
Oh, so there is going to be a next time. Good.
I mean, in a typical
Money,
fight.
dollar signs roll up into Wolfgar's eyes. Next time.
Yeah.
Well, that was really great. Just the whole session.
Out of curiosity, if Ulfgar had gone to fight, would it have been a hard battle or a deadly battle?
I would have not only cheated and given you a higher level or two, but yes, a deadly battle. Very wisely, you opted to not do it.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I think we're going to end it here. Follow if you're not following. We play every Friday and Saturday. So we'll be playing tomorrow night. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, stream.
Night.
Bye, stream.
Did Gabriel make any money? Why?